Chapter 361 Stop talking, I'm not dead yet, what? You actually want to steal everything from my elder brother? Hearing Yi Feng's words, Gu Qingyun's eyes also revealed a trace of fear. If the other party can really do it, even if his elder brother can save him, he will probably break his 3 legs later. This young master. I can lead the way, but can you let me put on some clothes first? At this time, looking at Yi Feng, who was getting more and more impatient, Gu Qingyun also asked tentatively. Hearing this, Yi Feng thought about it and directly signaled Yi Xiaojian on the side. Swish! As a flash of blood-colored sword light flashed by, Gu Qingyun also fell down with an incredible look. Looking at the chest pierced by the sword energy, he didn't understand. He just wanted to put on some clothes. If he didn't let him wear them, he would just say it directly. Is it necessary to kill him directly? Xiaojian, why did you kill him? Looking at Gu Qingyun lying in a pool of blood, Yi Feng also asked Yi Xiaojian with a confused face. Kill him and put on his shroud. My lord, isn't that what you meant by the look you gave me just now? Hearing Yi Feng's question, Yi Xiaojian directly expressed his thoughts. God damn, kill him and put on his shroud? Is that what I mean? Hearing Yi Xiaojian's words, Yi Feng's face was instantly filled with black lines, and then he explained, I mean to ask you to put some clothes on him, after all, his clothes are all in your hands. My lord. I misunderstood. Next time I will seriously understand my master's meaning. After hearing Yi Feng's explanation, Yi Xiaojian also began to reflect on himself in a panic. Fuck. Stop talking, I'm not dead yet. Since you know it's a misunderstanding, save me quickly. I have several top-level healing pills in my fairy ring. I can still be rescued. Seeing that the 2 people completely ignored him and just stood aside chatting, Gu Qingyun, who fell in a pool of blood, had already started cursing in his heart. Master, I'm not dead yet. I have several top-level healing pills in my fairy ring. As long as you take any one of them, I can be saved. Gu Qingyun also reminded Yi Feng in a weak voice, suppressing the anger in his heart. What do you mean your fairy ring? Those 3 fairy rings are mine now. Besides, I didn't intend to let you go, it's just that your death came earlier, but that's not a reason for you to waste one of my top-level healing pills. Hearing Gu Qingyun's reminder, Yi Feng retorted nonchalantly. What do you mean my death came earlier? I was injured by mistake. I don't want to die yet. Feeling his consciousness getting more and more blurred, Gu Qingyun said with the last hope, Young master, as long as you can save me, I will let my elder brother compensate you with 10 or 100 times the top-level healing pills later. What the hell are you 2 doing squatting down and staring at me? Stop staring at me, get me the elixir. Seeing that Yi Feng had no intention of taking out the elixir, but instead squatted in front of him with the one-armed swordsman, Gu Qingyun was going crazy. Was he going to watch him die here with his own eyes? You 2 bastards are really fucking dogs. Before he finished speaking, Gu Qingyun completely died with a strong sense of reluctance and anger. Xiaojian, do you think he is really dead? Looking at Gu Qingyun, who had already died, Yi Feng also asked Yi Xiaojian beside him. My lord. How about I add 2 more swords? Although he was sure that Gu Qingyun was dead, he thought about it and made a suggestion according to Yi Feng's idea. Add 20 swords. This is the minimum respect for the enemy. After speaking, Yi Feng stood up and walked away, leaving the rest to Yi Xiaojian. Too freaking scary. Even if he dies, he will be stabbed 20 times. It seems that there is no need to take back Gu Xiao's body. Leave the rest to the city lord. At this time an old man in the dark saw this scene and quickly fled away with a panic. He just wanted to leave this place as soon as possible. My lord. That old man ran away, should we follow him? After Yi Xiaojian made up 20 swords, he came to Yi Feng and asked. No need to follow. Let that Gufang's Han come to us. I just figured out one thing. This top-level stealing immortal scroll is not necessary to be used on a strong man at the peak of the 9th level of the immortal tribulation realm. The top-level immortal scroll is used on weak cultivators. Stealing some useless garbage is the right way to ruin a family. Hearing Yi Xiaojian's question, Yi Feng shook his head and directly rejected the suggestion of following the old man. Ah. Hearing this, Yi Xiaojian sighed helplessly, and then walked into the space crack with disappointment. If he was chasing the old man, he could still play outside for a while. Ding. A welfare mission is being released. Please lead 100 reserve members of the Prodigal Guard team to Tianhen City to capture the city Lord Gufang's Han. The mission takes 1 day. If the mission is completed, you will be rewarded with random prodigal points, with a chance of being rewarded with an immortality pill. If the mission fails, you will be rewarded with random prodigal points, with a very low chance of being rewarded with an immortality pill. Just after Yi Xiaojian left, the system's prompt for releasing the mission suddenly rang in Yi Feng's mind. This is not a welfare task, it's just a time for the reserve prodigal guards to relax. Thinking of this, Yi Feng frowned and said, System, Gufang's Han is very powerful. I'm afraid that 100 golden armored guards can't control the situation. I think 10,000 golden armored guards are safer. Ding. According to the host's opinion, the system has changed the welfare task. Please lead 10,000 reserve prodigal guards to Tianhen City to capture the city Lord Gufang's Han. As the system's voice sounded, a huge space crack appeared in front of Yi Feng, and then 10,000 guards wearing golden armor walked out of it. Yi. Lead all the golden armored guards to follow me to Tianhen City. Looking at the 10,000 golden armored guards in front of him, Yi Feng also laughed and said directly to Yi, who was standing in the front. Fuck. Who are those people? When did such a mysterious force appear in the Chaos Wilderness? A middle-aged man with the 7th level of Immortal King Realm saw the Golden Armor Army in the distance. His face changed, and then he changed direction directly, preparing to bypass the mysterious Golden Armor Army. All Golden Armor Guards, listen to my order. Surround the cultivator in front of me, I'm going to start spending money. At this time, Yi Feng, who was standing in front of the Golden Armor Army, saw the middle-aged man in the distance, and excitedly waved his hand and directly issued an order to surround him. Chapter 362, The Golden Legend of the Golden Armor Army. Fuck. What the hell? Why is the Golden Armor Army rushing towards me? Seeing the Golden Armor Army in the distance suddenly speeding up and rushing towards him, the middle-aged man was so scared that he turned around and ran away. Huh. I actually met a 7th level Immortal King cultivator. At this time, Wang Yang saw the middle-aged man running towards him quickly, and a smile appeared on his face. He took off the sword on his back and shouted, Robbery! If you don't want to die, hand over all the fairy rings on your body. Robbery! Run! Hearing this, and looking at the middle-aged man who ran directly past him, Wang Yang was completely stunned. He had a powerful cultivation of the 3rd level of the Immortal Saint Realm, and he also released his own powerful aura, but the other party didn't care about him. Just when Wang Yang showed a trace of anger and was about to teach the middle-aged man a lesson, the Golden Armor Army in the distance finally appeared in his sight. Soon, Wang Yang also caught up with the fleeing middle-aged man. Thinking of the kind reminder he had just given him, he also waved the sword in his hand with gratitude. Fuck. You are such a dog, does your mother know? The middle-aged man with his legs chopped off looked at Wang Yang, who was gradually going away, and he was so angry that he cursed. It's over. Am I going to die? Turning his head to look at the golden armored army that was getting closer and closer, the middle-aged man gradually revealed a hint of despair in his eyes. Tap tap tap. As the orderly footsteps got closer and closer, the middle-aged man closed his eyes in despair. Look at me, the flowers are scattered. As Yi Feng threw out dozens of stolen immortal scrolls, the middle-aged man who was sitting on the ground was instantly swallowed up by the golden armored army. After a moment. What's going on? Have I been completely robbed? Then leave me some underwear. As the golden armor army left without stopping, the clean middle-aged man was stunned on the spot. After he recovered, he shouted with a look of collapse. It's over. Seeing the golden armor army behind him getting closer and closer, Wang Yang stopped and gave up resistance, because he couldn't see through the strength of any one of them, which proved that any one of the golden armor army was stronger than him, and now they were just chasing him for fun. A moment later. Looking at the golden armored army going away, Wang Yang, who was squatting on the ground, yelled in a panic, "You should leave me a pair of pants. How can I face people? You are not the kind of robbers." Wait. I have to contact the boss quickly and ask him to take the rest of the people away from this route. Otherwise, the immortal ring will be robbed, but losing the pants is a big deal. Thinking of this, Wang Yang habitually put his right hand into his arms to take out the sound transmission stone, but he took nothing. It's over. Brother, the secret of the little brother can't be kept. Realizing that his sound transmission stone was also robbed, Wang Yang squatted on the spot and smiled bitterly. Great! This is the correct way to use the immortal stealing scroll. After robbing dozens of people of their belongings, Yi Feng couldn't help but burst into laughter. He made a decision in his heart, that is, when he goes to trouble Taishu Sword Sect, Penglai Fairy Island, and Tianwu Sect in the future, he will not only empty their assets, but also rob them of all their belongings. At this moment, Yi Feng suddenly found a town in the distance. Then, looking at the many boring golden armor guards around him, he said directly to the system, "System, use all my remaining prodigal points to open the immortal talisman jar, and specify to open the 10th grade 9th level theft immortal talisman. I want the golden armor army to have fun with me." Ding. Consume all the remaining prodigal points. Congratulations to the host for obtaining 1.13 million 10th grade 9th level theft immortal talismans. After distributing all the theft immortal talismans to 10,000 golden armor guards, looking at the excitement on the faces of all the golden armor guards, Yi Feng also waved his hand and shouted directly, "Break through the city wall and steal everything from everyone in the city. I want to let the chaotic wasteland spread your golden legend. Golden legend. Wherever you pass, no pants will be left. My lord still knows how to play." Looking at the hundreds of stolen immortal scrolls in his hand, Yi was so excited that he almost cried. He felt that the thousands of golden armor guards finally had a place to use their skills. A moment later. When the golden armor army left the town, some monks who had not been completely robbed took out the sound transmission stone with a horrified look and spread the news. The lower world. When Hua Yiming, Yiling Xue, Li Fei, and Xiao Xiao and Wang Lin, the 5 direct disciples, learned about this from the system, all of them were enlightened. They didn't expect that prodigals could play like this. Thinking of how they only knew how to prodigal spirit stones and spirit crystals every day, they all showed a touch of shame on their faces. Then they immediately contacted all the disciples of the prodigal sect under their control and issued an order together. All disciples of the prodigal sect should immediately buy all the theft talismans that can be bought, regardless of the grade, and then gather here wearing black iron armor. What Yi Feng didn't know was that because of his action, the black legend of the prodigal sect was about to be completely launched in the lower world. Upper world, chaotic wasteland. Golden legend. Wherever you pass, no pants are left. When did such a mysterious force appear in the chaotic wasteland? Gu Fengzhan, who was chasing Yi Feng along the breath of the heavenly ghost order, looked at the bald monk squatting and walking everywhere he passed, and his face gradually revealed a solemn look, because his dead brother also encountered the same situation before his death. Old Ding said that the young man with the 9th level of the earthly immortal realm had only a one-armed swordsman around him, and there were no golden armored soldiers. But this method is so similar. Does the young man who killed my brother have anything to do with this golden legend? With doubts, Gu Fengzhan also directly accelerated the speed. Regardless of whether there is a relationship or not, anyone who dares to kill his brother must die. On the other side. Ding. Congratulations to the host for completing today's wasteful product. Reward 1 million wasteful points. Reward immortality pills *2. Reward 10th grade 9th level theft immortal scroll *1000000 1 million. After consuming all the theft immortal scrolls, Yi Feng also took all the golden armor guards to an open space to rest. At the same time, the system's reward prompt sound also rang at this time. What the hell? I just used up a wave, and I was rewarded with another million immortal stealing scrolls? After hearing the reward prompt sound from the system, Yi Feng was stunned at first, then a smile appeared on the corner of his mouth, and he muttered to himself, "It's time to help Master get revenge. First, collect some interest, empty their assets, and rob them of everything, so that the tens of thousands of disciples in the Holy Land can have another good time." Chapter 363. It was agreed to be a one-on-one duel, but you just used your ultimate move right away? My lord. That Gu Fengzhan is here. Just when Yi Feng was thinking about taking many disciples of the Holy Land out for some fun after returning, Yi also came to him and reminded him. Finally here. Don't move for a while, I want to fight him. After knowing this news, Yi Feng also showed a touch of excitement. After all, this is a top boss of the 9th level of the immortal tribulation realm. If he is not locked in the void gate, it would be unfair to his cultivation. Caught up. Damn bastard, I finally caught up with you. Dare to kill my brother Gu Fengzhan, I will let you know what it means to live a life worse than death. Gu Fengzhan also showed a touch of excitement when he noticed that the breath of the heavenly ghost order was getting closer and closer. Is that the golden legend? That crazy golden armor army is actually related to the person who killed my brother. When Gu Fengzhan saw the golden armor army in the distance, his face changed slightly, but he still rushed towards the direction of the golden armor army. Something's wrong. I can't even see through the strength of these people. As the distance got closer, Gu Fengzhan discovered something extremely terrifying, and this unexpected discovery also made him feel a little uneasy. Go and avenge your brother. I'd better go back and ask my parents to have another child. When Gu Fengzhan flew above the golden armor army and noticed that everyone was looking at him with a playful look, he made a very decisive decision. What's the situation with Gu Fengzhan? Isn't he here to avenge his brother? Seeing Gu Fengzhan pause above the golden armor army and then fly directly to the distance, Yi Feng below was stunned. All golden armor soldiers, listen to the order. Surround him. Just when Yi Feng was stunned, Yi directly gave an order to the golden armor army. Just now, my lord said that he would fight the opponent in a duel, so he must not let the opponent run away. Now, it's time for me, Yi, to show off. After giving the order, Yi also showed a hint of pride. Although Yi Feng did not give an order, he would not miss any opportunity to show off himself. Fuck. I didn't do anything, why are they surrounding me? After watching 10,000 golden armored soldiers soar into the sky and block all 4 directions, Gu Fengzhan admitted that he panicked at this moment. My lord. Gu Fengzhan has been surrounded, you can challenge him anytime. At this time, Yi also came to Yi Feng and said with a smile. Not bad. Yi, you are still a safe guy. After seeing Yi directly order the golden armor army to surround Gu Fengzhan, Yi Feng couldn't help but praise Yi. This young master. I just happened to pass by here. Do we have any misunderstandings? Seeing Yifeng appearing on the opposite side, Gu Fengzhan also pretended to be calm and asked. Gu Fengzhan, stop pretending. You came to me this time, didn't you want to avenge your brother? Don't say I don't give you a chance, let's fight one-on-one, as long as you can beat me, I will let you go. Looking at Gu Fengzhan's poor acting skills, Yifeng also directly said the other party's identity. Really? As long as I beat you, you will let me go, and you won't let these golden armored troops attack me? Although he didn't know how the other party knew his identity, now that he had a chance to survive, Gu Fengzhan also confirmed it with a serious face. Gate of the Void. Yifeng didn't want to talk nonsense with the other party anymore, so he raised his right hand and pointed at Gu Fengzhan and used the Gate of the Void. The sky and the earth were torn apart. The fairy spirit was rioting. The sky above was like a painting being torn apart, and a huge bronze door full of ancient atmosphere slowly emerged from the torn cracks in the sky and earth. Fuck. What are you doing? I'm not ready yet. And we agreed to a duel, and you used your ultimate right away? Looking at the hundreds of meters high bronze gate slowly emerging in the sky, feeling the terrifying aura of suppressing the world from the bronze gate, Gu Fengzhan was almost scared to death. He didn't want to know how Yifeng, who was only at the peak of the 9th level of the earthly immortal realm, could possess such a terrifying power. He just wanted to leave here alive. Open. As Yifeng's voice fell, the bronze gate slowly opened, not giving Gu Fengzhan any chance to resist at all, and a terrifying suction force directly sucked him in. Inside the Gate of Void. Huh? A newcomer? After Gu Yan, who was constantly annihilated and reborn here, found Gu Fengzhan, his face also showed a touch of excitement. Although he couldn't escape, having someone to accompany him would at least make him feel less lonely. Brother. Were you also captured? Where is this place? When Gu Fengzhan found Gu Yan, he also asked hurriedly. I don't know what kind of place this is. But here, whether it is the body or the soul, it will be annihilated and reorganized every once in a while, and in this process, we will endure unspeakable horror and pain. Moreover, according to my observation, in this case, we will gain eternal life, which means we will suffer torture here forever. Hearing Gu Fengzhan's question, Gu Yan also told him some of the situations he knew. What? After hearing this, Gu Fengzhan's eyes were instantly filled with despair. It was ridiculous that when he came here, he was still thinking about letting Yifeng know what it meant to be worse than death. Who would have thought that he was about to experience what it really meant to be worse than death? But don't feel desperate. I also discovered a situation, that is, in the process of continuous annihilation and reorganization of the body and soul, both the body and the soul will be strengthened to a certain extent. So, I have a bold guess, that is, if we work hard to practice here, if our strength is improved to a level that satisfies that young master, maybe we will be released to work for him, thus giving us a chance to be reborn. Sensing Gu Fengzhan's emotional changes, Gu Yan also made a bold guess. At this moment, a mysterious force suddenly enveloped Gu Yan, and then Gu Yan disappeared directly from Gu Fengzhan's sight. Outside world. Let me out? I haven't broken through to the immortal god realm yet. Is this young master going to give me a chance to show off? After arriving in the outside world, Gu Yan first looked at the surrounding golden armored army, and then set his eyes on Yifeng, with a touch of excitement on his face. Chapter 364. Damn, it's too early to kill. Yi. Kill him. Seeing Gu Yan's excited expression, Yifeng also revealed a trace of doubt. Although he didn't know why the other party was so excited, he still gave a kill order to Yi, who was standing beside him. Kill him? I just came out, and you want to kill me? Hearing Yifeng's words, Gu Yan couldn't believe his ears. Shouldn't he give him a chance to perform? Master. I will be tortured forever in that place, isn't that better than killing me? After recovering, Gu Yan also questioned Yi Feng directly. Even if he died, he had to die clearly. Huh? Is this guy tortured stupid in there? I'll give him a relief, isn't that better than being tortured forever? Hearing Gu Yan's words, Yi Feng was also shocked. He thought the other party would show a look of relief and say thank you to him. Who would have thought that the other party was not happy? The guy who was just captured has the strength of the 9th level of the immortal tribulation realm. And my void gate can only hold 3 people, so your strength is too low and you are not worthy of occupying one of my detention quotas. Although he didn't understand what the other party was thinking, Yi Feng still gave an explanation. My strength is too low, and I am not worthy of occupying a detention quota? So you are going to kill me directly? Hearing Yi Feng's explanation, Gu Yan was stunned at first, and then he couldn't help laughing out loud. He had never thought that as an elder of the ghost spirit sect, with a powerful cultivation base at the peak of the 9th level of the immortal realm, one day he would not even be worthy of being tortured. It's over. This guy is really crazy from being tortured. Looking at Gu Yan, who was laughing out loud, Yi Feng also directly signaled to Yi with his eyes. Inside the void gate. Go out. That guy went out. His guess was right. As long as he works hard to practice, there is a chance to be reborn. Looking at Gu Yan, who disappeared in front of him, Gu Fengzhan became excited and made up his mind in his heart that he must continue to become stronger here. Maybe when his strength reaches the first person in the upper realm, the other party will let him out and give him a chance to perform. My lord. It's solved. However, although Gu Fengzhan suffered a lot in the void gate, he can continue to practice and become stronger. Do we have to let him continue to become stronger in there? After dealing with Gu Yan, Yi came to Yi Feng and asked. Huh? That guy can continue to practice and become stronger in the void gate? Hearing Yi's words, Yi Feng also revealed a touch of surprise. He only knew that he would be constantly annihilated and reorganized in there, and he didn't know that he could become stronger in there. Soon, when Yi Feng learned some more about the void gate from Yi, he said after a moment of contemplation, then wait until his strength reaches the first person in the upper realm, and then kill him directly. That's right. Yi, how do you know about the void gate? At this time, Yi Feng also thought of something and looked at Yi and asked. My lord. Do you think there is a possibility that this void gate is not a place to torture people, but a place to cultivate people? Hearing Yi Feng's question, Yi did not explain, but said this. Yi, you haven't been in the void gate either. After hearing Yi's words, Yi Feng also reacted quickly, and then asked directly with curiosity. My lord. Not only me, all the official members of the Prodigal Guard and the reserve members of the Prodigal Guard have been in there, but now the void gate has no effect on us. If we go in again, it will be a punishment for us. Hearing Yi Feng's question, Yi's eyes flashed with fear, and then he quickly explained. Punishment? Could this void gate be the small black room mentioned by the system? After listening to what Yi said, Yi Feng also had a bold guess in his mind, but he did not ask the system, because he just noticed that because his strength had been raised to the peak of the 9th level of the earthly immortal realm, the number of prisoners in the gate of the void had increased to 10. Damn, it's too early to kill him. If I had noticed this earlier, I wouldn't have killed Gu Yan. Looking at Gu Yan's body, Yi Feng also showed a trace of regret. Ding. Congratulations to the host for completing the welfare task, reward 10 million spendthrift points, reward ascension pill *3, reward 10th grade 9th level hidden immortal scroll *1000000, 1 million. At this moment, the system's reward prompt sound suddenly rang in Yi Feng's mind. I was rewarded with 1 million top-level hidden immortal scrolls. The system is urging me to do something. After checking the system rewards, Yi Feng also showed a playful smile, and then muttered to himself, if we play this time, it will definitely be more exciting than the Double Dragon Gate. My lord. We have to go back first. At this time, Yi Yi's voice suddenly sounded from the side. When Yifeng turned his head, Yi Yi had already led the Golden Armor army towards the huge space crack that appeared at some point. I should go back too. After dealing with the Taishu Sword sect, Punlai Fairy Island and Tianwu sect, come to this chaotic wasteland to play. Thinking of this, Yifeng also directly took out a designated space portal. Xinghuan Holy Land, Wuji Peak. Master. When Yifeng walked into the temple, he was about to call Master, but he saw Luo Qianxue lying comfortably on the rocking chair with her legs crossed. There were fairy fruits beside her, and she would take a fairy fruit and put it in her mouth from time to time, with a look of enjoyment on her face. It's terrible. Has Master been so bad? With a terrifying cultivation level of the first level of the human fairyland, is he wasting his life so recklessly? Seeing this scene, Yifeng was really shocked, and then thought to himself, I can't wait any longer, I have to catch a big guy in the God realm as soon as possible to make a plan to save the bad master. Master. It's been a few days since you ascended to the upper realm. I feel it's time to settle accounts with Taishu Sword sect, Punlai Fairy Island and Tianwu sect. Soon, Yifeng also directly told Luo Qianxue his thoughts. Disciple, how do you think we should deal with them? Hearing this, Luo Qianxue also sat up directly from the rocking chair, and then looked at Yifeng and asked directly. She wanted to see if Yifeng, who had just ascended, had the same idea as those people in the Holy Land. Chapter 365. Did you lead the people in the Holy Land astray? How to deal with them? Then we must empty their treasure house first, and then bury them at their doorsteps, and make them anxious to death first. Hearing Luo Qianxue's question, Yifeng also directly said what he thought in his heart. It's over. I'm really the only one with a problem in the entire Holy Land. Even my disciple has the same idea as them. He accepts this novel way of revenge faster than me. After hearing Yifeng's idea, Luo Qianxue felt like a useless person. She didn't even know how to take revenge. A moment later, when Huli and the 8 great elders came to the temple and learned that Yifeng was going to attack Taishu Sword sect, Punlai Fairy Island and Tianwu sect, they all showed excitement on their faces. Everyone. This time I prepared a 10th grade, 9th level hidden immortal scroll. Unless it is a peak powerhouse in the 9th level of the immortal tribulation realm, it is impossible for anyone to see through the power of the immortal scroll. So, we can move it with more confidence this time. In addition, in order to bring everyone a different experience, this time we have added a 10th grade, 9th level stealing immortal scroll. We must not only empty their treasure house, but also steal all their immortal rings, sound transmission stones, clothes, and other things. I want to make their 3 forces completely paupers. Looking at the people in front of him, Yifeng also smiled and expressed his thoughts. Fuck. Are your eyes glowing green? When he noticed the changes in everyone's eyes, Yifeng was also shocked. He felt that everyone seemed to be more excited than him. This time, the 10th grade, 9th level hidden immortal scroll was prepared. This time, we can move it with more confidence. At this time, Luo Qianxue on the side discovered something, and then looked at Yifeng and asked directly, Yifeng, have you led them to do this kind of thing before? Yes. Last time, with the help of the 8th grade and 9th level hidden immortal scroll I provided, all the people in the Holy Land went out and directly emptied all the treasure houses of Shuanglangmen, and then buried them at their doorsteps. Everyone was so excited. Hearing Luo Qianxue's question, Yifeng also proudly recounted the last big move. I said how the way of revenge in the upper realm would become so strange. It turned out that you led everyone in the Holy Land astray? And then I was so stupid that I thought I couldn't keep up with the times? Hearing what Yifeng said, Luo Qianxue was going crazy. She really couldn't imagine what kind of crazy and wasteful behavior Yi Feng had done before she ascended to the upper realm. Master. Without further delay, gather all the disciples of the Holy Land and let's take action tonight. With the 3 Qingshan demon dragons and 30 Shadow Earth dragons, I believe it won't take long to get to where they are. At this time, Yi Feng also looked at Luo Qianxue, who was shocked, and suggested, 3 Qingshan demon dragons and 30 Shadow Earth dragons? Isn't that a symbol of Tianlong Valley's identity? Hearing Yi Feng's words, Luo Qianxue said in confusion, Yi Feng, those are the symbols of Tianlong Valley's status. How can we have them in our holy land? Qianxue. If Yi Feng hadn't mentioned it, I would have almost forgotten it. Before you ascended to the upper realm, Yi Feng had already bought 3 Qingshan demon dragons and 30 Shadow Earth dragons from Tianlong Valley. Then I put them all in the back mountain of Wuji Peak. It's time to let them move around, otherwise they will be stupid in the back mountain. Hu Li answered this question for Yi Feng first. Bought all the symbols of Tianlong Valley's status? Then through the Qingshan demon dragon at the peak of the 9th level of the immortal god realm and the Shadow Earth dragon at the peak of the 9th level of the immortal venerable realm in the back mountain and ignored it? Even if it wasn't mentioned this time, you forgot to tell me about this? Hearing Hu Li's words, Luo Qianxue's eyes almost popped out of her head. She really wanted to ask Hu Li now, is our Xinghuan Holy Land already so rich? A moment later, when Luo Qianxue saw the gathered disciples of the Holy Land holding tools such as shovels, ropes, and sacks, and especially the excitement on everyone's face, she was really shocked. It's crooked. It's completely crooked. Is this still the Holy Land I'm familiar with? Thinking of this, Luo Qianxue couldn't help but look at Yi Feng on the side, and exclaimed in her heart, this is definitely not just because of the loss of the family, it's really because Yi Feng is too good at playing a certain world. Why do you want to ride those broken dragons? Just let me go out and set up a large space teleportation array. I'm ready to go out, but you guys rode the dragon away? At this time, Yi Xiaobai also showed a bitter smile, and then sighed, it's too difficult for me to go out. Xinghuan Peak. Why? Brother Tu Meng, why didn't young master Yi take us with him when he went out? After realizing that everyone in the Holy Land had left, Hong Lao Lu, who was holding a wooden sign and was punished by Yi Xiaojiao, also asked Tu Meng, who was watching the excitement on the side in confusion. I don't know. Before, I was asked to guard Xinghuan Peak, but now there is one more person, so one of us should be taken with us. But don't think too much, even if you really want to take one out, it must be me. Hearing Hong Lao's question, Tu Meng also answered with a smile. Lao Lu, come down. Young Master Yi just sent me a message, asking you to catch up with the main force and go out with them. After saying that, Yi Xiaojiao also looked directly at Tu Meng. Although he didn't say anything, Tu Meng understood everything and hugged the wooden sign with a tearful look. Seeing Hong Laolu jumping and running away, Tu Meng's eyes were full of envy. He didn't understand why Yi Feng didn't take him out. Don't look. I just proposed to my lord, thinking of letting you go out with me, but my lord said that your strength is too low, so you stay and continue to practice hard. Looking at Tu Meng's envious eyes, Yi Xiaojiao also explained the reason. Low strength? Is this why I have been guarding Xinghuan Peak? Hearing Yi Xiaojiao's words, Tu Meng's eyes also flashed with a touch of madness. In order to get rid of the title of the Lonely Peak Guard, he must practice desperately. On the other side, Lord Lu Dan. We are about to reach the Wuji Holy Land. At that time I will trouble you to suppress their 8 great elders. At this time, Pan Chen, the leader of Shuanglongmen, also said to the middle-aged man beside him with a flattering face. I have no problem taking action. But if the ghost jade is not found in Wuji Holy Land, don't blame me for turning my back on you. Before Lu Dun finished speaking, when he saw the horrifying scene in front of him, a look of horror instantly flashed in his eyes. Chapter 366, One is better at cheating than the other. Lord Lu Dun, what's wrong? Finding Lu Dun looking at the distance with a look of horror, Pan Chen also looked at the distance with a puzzled look. Fuck. Aren't those the Qingxian Demon Dragon and Shadow Earth Dragon from Tianlong Valley? Why are people from Tianlong Valley here? When Pan Chen saw the 3 most conspicuous Qingxian Demon Dragons and 30 Shadow Earth Dragons in the distance, he exclaimed with an unbelievable look. Huh? Master Lu Dun, why are you putting your sword on my neck? Sensing a hint of coolness on his neck, Pan Chen looked at Lu Dun with a confused look and asked. Shut up. Who is your master? I have a close relationship with Wuji Holy Land, and you Shuanglongmen actually want to besiege Wuji Holy Land. Fortunately, I met you. Today, I will take all of you to Wuji Holy Land. Hearing Pan Chen's words, Lu Dun was indifferent and directly scolded. You have a close relationship with Wuji Holy Land? You also want to hand us all over to Wuji Holy Land for disposal? Hearing Lu Dun's words, Pan Chen was completely stunned. However, when he noticed that the people following the Qingxian Demon Dragon and the Shadow Earth Dragon in the distance were actually from the Wuji Holy Land, he instantly understood everything. Lu Dun. What the hell do you have to do with the Wuji Holy Land? If you hadn't been ordered to come to Dongzhou, I'm afraid you wouldn't know there is such a force as Wuji Holy Land. I tell you, if we die here, you can't even think about living. Thinking that Lu Dun actually wanted to use the lives of everyone in Shuanglongmen to get out, Pan Chen also cursed directly. Pan Chen. Who do you think you are? How dare you talk to me like this? Believe it or not, I will kill you now. Before Lu Dun finished speaking, Pan Chen suddenly exploded and rushed toward Ji Feng, Luo Qianxue, and others on the opposite side at the fastest speed. At the same time, he turned around and cursed at Lu Dun, who was stupidly standing there. Kill you, come and kill me if you have the guts. Uncle can tolerate it, but Aunt can't. Hearing Pan Chen's continuous abuse, the furious Lu Dun chased after Pan Chen directly. Saint Master Huli, save me. The person behind is the elder of the Ghost Spirit sect, Lu Dun. He forced my Shuanglong sect to come and surround and kill your Wuji Holy Land. We were forced to do this. Looking at Lu Dun who was catching up with him, Pan Chen's eyes also revealed a look of success, and then he pretended to be panicked and shouted in the direction of Yi Feng, Huli, and others. You were forced to do this? Didn't you contact the Ghost Spirit sect and say that Wuji Holy Land had snatched the Ghost Spirit Jade Stone, and then asked me to come and take the Ghost Spirit Jade Stone while helping you destroy Wuji Holy Land? When Lu Dun heard this, he was so angry that his right hand holding the long sword kept shaking. He had seen shameless people, but he had never seen Pan Chen as shameless as him. These 2 bastards are really good at playing. Each one is more deceiving than the other. In the crowd, Hong Lao Lu, who heard the conversation between the 2 from beginning to end through his spiritual sense, couldn't help but smile at this time. Isn't that guy Pan Chen, the leader of Shuanglongmen? What's going on with them? Looking at Lu Dun and Pan Chen chasing each other, Yi Feng, who was standing in the front, also showed a look of surprise, and then said directly to Hong Lao Lu beside him, Lao Lu, go and catch them both and ask what's going on. Young Master Yi. I know what's going on. Hearing Yi Feng's words, Hong Lao Lu also hurriedly told everything he had heard before. Master. They are biting each other, how do you think we should deal with this situation? After listening to what Hong Lao Lu said, Yi Feng also asked Luo Qianxue beside him directly. What else can we do? Since they dare to come and surround the Holy Land, we must be prepared to die. Before Luo Qianxue could finish her words, Hu Li and the 8 great elders led the 3 Qingxian demon dragons and rushed towards the 2 people opposite. I haven't given the order yet. I am the Holy Lord. Although I am a loser, This is not a reason for you to ignore me. Seeing Hu Li and the 8 great elders with 3 Qingxian demon dragons suppress Lu Dun and Pan Chen first, and then start a crazy massacre of the people of Shuanglongmen, Luo Qianxue was completely numb. A moment later. Do you know why I didn't kill you? Looking at Lu Dun and Pan Chen kneeling in front of him, Yi Feng also asked with a smile. Humph. Kill if you want to, why bother talking nonsense? Seeing that the people of Shuanglongmen had died tragically, Pan Chen knew that his words had no meaning, so he simply responded very toughly. Oh. Do you want to die so much? Then I will give you a chance to live. As long as you can guess where the things that were stolen from you are hidden, I will spare your life. How about it? Looking at Pan Chen's eyes that were ready to die, Yi Feng gave him hope of life. Hearing this, Pan Chen's eyes lit up, and then he looked at Yi Feng and asked, Are you serious? Just guess. This is the supreme elder of my Xinghuan holy land, and his words are naturally counted. At this time, Hu Li on the side answered for Yi Feng. Hearing Hu Li's words, Pan Chen also showed great joy, and then hurriedly said, You buried all the things in front of our Shuanglongmen, and covered them with a layer of magic spirit fantasy stone. Hearing Pan Chen's words, whether it was Yi Feng, Hu Li, or the 8 great elders, they all showed a look of shock on their faces. They didn't expect that the hiding place was so hidden, and there was also the shielding of the magic spirit fantasy stone, but the other party could still find it. Pan Chen. You bastard, didn't you say that those things have never been found? How dare you lie to me? Seeing the reactions of Yi Feng, Hu Li, and others, Lu Dun on the side reacted instantly, and then looked directly at Pan Chen and cursed. If ice could kill, he would have killed Pan Chen 10,000 times now. System. Use the function of peeping into the secrets once to see how the other party found it and where those things are. At this time, Yi Feng directly gave an order to the system. Ding. Consume an opportunity to spy on the secrets of heaven. Because among the many treasures buried at the beginning, there is an immortal weapon that is Pan Chen's natal immortal weapon, so even if there is a magic spirit illusion stone to block the divine consciousness, it can still be found by the other party, and all the things are currently in the immortal ring on Pan Chen. Ding. Remind the host, use 3 stealing immortal scrolls in succession, to steal the opponent's immortal ring. Soon, the system's prompt sound rang in Yifeng's mind. Chapter 367 I War 5, and the golden legend was too damn scary. System, you are forcing me to be the 6th. Hearing the reminder from the system, Yi Feng couldn't help laughing, and then quietly used 3 stealing immortal scrolls on Pan Chen. Soon, a sound transmission stone and 2 immortal rings appeared silently in Yifeng's hands. After noticing this situation, the 3-headed Qingxian demon dragon and Hong Laolu turned their heads away silently, as if they didn't see anything. Unfortunately, you got it wrong. Pan Chen, do you have any last words to say before you die? At this time, Yi Feng also looked at Pan Chen, who was full of excitement, and said aloud. Hearing this, not only Pan Chen was dumbfounded, but even Hu Li and the 8 great elders beside him were dumbfounded. What's the wrong answer? What I said is true. You are the elder of the Holy Land, but you are a villain who doesn't keep his word. After recovering from his shock, Pan Chen also cursed Yi Feng directly. Okay. Since you said I wronged you, then I ask you, you found those things, where are they now? Looking at Pan Chen, Yi Feng asked calmly. They are all in my fairy ring. I won't use those things to slap you in the face. Since the other party didn't keep his word, Pan Chen didn't expect to survive by taking out those things, but even if he died, he would slap Yi Feng in the face once. Fuck. Where's my fairy ring? Who stole my fairy ring? When Pan Chen found out that his only 2 fairy rings were missing, he yelled in exasperation. Bang! At this moment, Lu Dun, who was kneeling beside him, finally couldn't bear it anymore. He stood up and kicked Pan Chen to the ground, then cursed, "If you don't know, you don't know. You said it as if it was true. My mentality is about to explode. Who doesn't know? What I said is true." They really buried everything in front of the Shuanglong gate. Hearing Lu Dun's words, Pan Chen was so aggrieved that he almost cried. It didn't matter whether he died or not. He just wanted to prove that what he said was true. Fuck you. I was waiting to die in fear, but you are really, really here. I am about to explode. I will stab you to death. Seeing that no one stopped him, Lu Dun also attacked Pan Chen directly. Pan Chen's death was so absurd. Looking at Pan Chen, who died tragically at the hands of Lu Dun, Yi Feng also signaled Lao Lu to get rid of Lu Dun directly. Huh? Yi Feng, what is this? At this time, Luo Qianxue looked at the two fairy rings in her hand and asked Yi Feng with a puzzled look. Master, these two fairy rings contain the theft fairy scroll and the concealment fairy scroll, respectively. When the time comes, you can distribute them to the many disciples of the Holy Land. I will not go with you. Hearing Luo Qianxue's question, Yi Feng also smiled and explained. He thought that it could be done in 1 or 2 days. Who would have thought that he just learned from Hu Li that it would take more than 10 days, so he couldn't waste all his time on this matter. After saying that, Yi Feng also looked at Master Hu Li and reminded her, Master, remember to bury the treasures such as fairy tools in a separate place when the time comes. This time, Pan Chen was able to find it because one of the fairy tools buried at the beginning was his natal fairy tool. After arranging everything, Yi Feng also waved his sleeves to everyone, and then directly activated a random space portal and disappeared in front of everyone. Yi Feng did not go to the chaotic wasteland again. He felt that the chaotic wasteland was not suitable for him to play, but was very suitable for playing with the Golden Armor Army. The 7th Fairyland, the Empty City. System, where is this place? Walking on the busy streets, Yi Feng also asked the system. As Yi Feng's voice fell, a strange information emerged from Yi Feng's mind. 9-layer Fairyland. The first Fairyland is the top territory of the upper world. Outside the 9th Fairyland are the 4 barren lands of the southeast, northwest, and northeast. I didn't expect that the Holy Land would evacuate to the barren place like Dongzhou, bit by bit. After learning about these situations, Yi Feng also wandered around the town directly. He planned to find a restaurant to rest first. After all, it was almost night, and he had to find the 7 fairies to play games. What's going on over there? When Yi Feng was about to enter a restaurant, he found that there were hundreds of people queuing in front of a store not far away. This surprised him. It was hard for him to imagine what kind of store could attract so many people. Inside the restaurant. After Yi Feng ordered some food and wine, he asked the waiter directly, I just saw a lot of people gathered in front of a store over there. What are they queuing to buy? Queuing to buy bitter tea seeds. Young master, haven't you heard of the Golden Legend? Speaking of this, the waiter looked around, then lowered his voice and continued, I wear 5 pairs inside, and the Golden Legend is so damn scary. Golden Legend? You wear 5 pairs of bitter tea seeds inside? Hearing this, looking at the waiter who walked a little awkwardly, Yi Feng was also shocked. He didn't expect that the Golden Legend that started in the chaotic wasteland had actually affected the 7th Fairyland. Finally I got 3. I'll go back to the guest room and put them on. Otherwise I'll feel uneasy. Yes, the Golden Legend that can make those desperate people in the chaotic wasteland feel fear, how terrifying it must be. It's safer to wear a few more. I heard that all the towns in the 9-layered immortal realm are scrambling for bitter tea seeds, especially those female immortals, who are scrambling so hard. I never thought that one day I would be patient enough to queue up to buy bitter tea seeds. At this time, 3 middle-aged men also walked into the restaurant while talking. Crap. Is it as serious as you said? Hearing the discussion of the three people, Yi Feng was also shocked. He really didn't expect that it was just a wave of theft of immortal scrolls, and by the way, the golden legend of the Golden Armor Army was left in the chaotic wasteland. Who would have thought that the influence would reach such a terrifying level? A moment later. Brother, there are no vacant tables. Can I sit here? Just when Yi Feng was drinking and tasting food alone, a questioning voice suddenly sounded in front of him. Sit down. Looking at the young man in the green robe in front of him, Yi Feng did not refuse, and directly let the young man sit opposite him, and then asked the waiter to add a set of bowls and chopsticks. Brother, my name is Zhu Kai. Don't worry, I'm not the kind of person who likes to take advantage of others, this meal is mine. After sitting down, Zhu Kai also said to Yi Feng with a very generous smile. Chapter 368 I will be the man they will never get in their lives. Brother Zhu Kai, you are polite. It just so happens that it's meaningless for me to drink alone, why don't we drink a few glasses together? Hearing Zhu Kai's words, Yi Feng also smiled and rejected the other party's kindness, and the other party's generous character also made him very fond of him. After 3 rounds of drinking. Brother Zhu Kai. Now many people are talking about the golden legend. What do you think about it? Yi Feng also directly brought up the topic of the golden legend. Young Master Yi, to be honest, the reason I sneaked out of the house this time was for the golden legend. When he heard Yi Feng mention the golden legend, Zhu Kai's face also showed a touch of excitement. What's the matter with Zhu Kai? Why did he get excited when he heard about the golden legend? With curiosity, Yi Feng directly asked, Brother Zhu Kai, I don't understand what you mean by this. What do you mean your goal is the golden legend? I want to find them. Then join them. I want to become a member of the golden legend. This will be my lifelong pursuit. Hearing Yi Feng's question, Zhu Kai also expressed his idea very seriously. The golden legend has just become famous, and there are fanatical fans now? Others' lifelong pursuit is to ascend to the god realm, and your lifelong pursuit is to join the golden legend and then steal other people's bitter tea seeds? After hearing Zhu Kai's lofty ambition, Yi Feng was really shocked. Is this an idea a normal person should have? Brother Zhu Kai. Your idea really shocked me, but I still don't understand why you must join this golden legend. As far as I know, this golden legend has nothing to show for it except that it robbed those people of all their bitter tea seeds. Puzzled, Yi Feng asked again. Young Master Yi. You don't understand the ins and outs of this. If I can join the golden legend, I will be determined to become the dream of thousands of girls. At this point, Zhu Kai suddenly revealed a sly smile and explained, when they squat on the ground and are extremely helpless, I will take off my golden armor and rescue them from the predicament with bitter tea seeds in my hand. Do you think I can capture their hearts directly? Can you play like this? Hearing Zhu Kai's words, Yi Feng couldn't believe his ears. It is no exaggeration to say that even a pervert like him felt that this idea was extremely perverted. So, you can naturally compete with them in martial arts? Yi Feng, who had recovered from his shock, looked at Zhu Kai and continued to ask. Too small. Young Master Yi, you are too small. Why should I compete with them in martial arts? My purpose is to leave my shadow in their hearts forever, and I, Zhu Kai, will be the man they will never get in their lives. Looking at Yi Feng, who had misunderstood, Zhu Kai finally told his real purpose. Oh my God! This guy is a talent. After listening to what Zhu Kai said, Yi Feng finally understood. From the beginning to the end, he had been thinking about the 5th floor, but he was in the atmosphere. Crazy! Young Master is crazy. Is this the reason why he sneaked out? If the head of the family knew about this, he would break his legs. Under the corner of the wall outside the restaurant, an old man in tattered clothes had a black line on his face after hearing Zhu Kai's words. He really didn't expect that the purpose of his young master's joining the Golden Legend was to become the dream of thousands of girls. Young Master Yi, you suddenly mentioned the Golden Legend. I wonder what you think of this Golden Legend. After talking about his lofty ambitions, Zhu Kai also asked Yi Feng curiously. Brother Zhu Kai. Actually, I'm a spendthrift. I also want to find this Golden Legend, and then buy them all. In this case, if anyone dares to provoke me, I will close the door and release the Golden Legend, and I will steal them to death. Hearing Zhu Kai's question, Yi Feng also made up a random reason. Master Yi. Your idea is good. Although I don't know if you can afford them, I absolutely support your idea. How about we go find the Golden Legend together tomorrow? After hearing Yi Feng's random reason, Zhu Kai did not mock it at all, but gave great recognition. In his opinion, everyone's goal is worthy of respect. Okay. Then let's go upstairs to rest first. Tomorrow morning, we will set off directly. Seeing Zhu Kai's face full of approval, Yi Feng also showed a smile, and then got up and walked directly to the second floor. Outside the restaurant. It's over. It's over. The man the young master met is not normal. After listening to the conversation between the two, Mi Yuan felt that he was going crazy. The next morning. System. Can the purple dark dragon egg be hatched today? After waking up, Yi Feng did not check today's prodigal product, but asked the system immediately. Ding. Remind the host that the purple dark dragon egg will hatch in 4 hours. Soon, the system's prompt sound rang from Yi Feng's mind. It's finally going to hatch. I don't know if this little dragon is male or female. After hearing the system's prompt, Yi Feng also looked forward to the arrival of the purple dark dragon. Let's check today's prodigal product. Then, Yi Feng directly checked today's prodigal product. Today's prodigal product, colorful ambergris * 10,007 color ambergris, one of the top immortal herbs in the battlefield of the heavenly Tao in the upper realm. Ambergris takes 10,000 years to fully mature, and after that, it will add a color every 10,000 years. When it grows into 7-color ambergris, if it is not picked within 1 day, it will wither directly, and the special power contained in it has unimaginable benefits for dragon-like immortal beasts. Today's prodigal product is good. How to train the purple dark dragon into a qualified prodigal little dragon. It must be made prodigal from birth. I can consume this thing to open the immortal jar to get it in the future, so it will definitely eat it until it vomits in the future, but now, this 7-color ambergris will definitely have a fatal attraction to it. As long as it can destroy all these 10,000 7-color ambergris, the prodigal little dragon's road to prodigal will be completely opened. After learning about today's prodigal product, Yi Feng also made a decision directly, that is, how to destroy these 7-color ambergris will all depend on the purple dark dragon, and he will only give some guidance and help on the side. Chapter 369 Young Master Yi, can you take me to experience the feeling of being a loser? The other side. Young Master, are you really going to go to the chaotic wasteland with that young Master Yi? In Zhu Kai's guest room, Mi Yuan, who was dressed in tattered clothes, looked at Zhu Kai with a serious face and asked. Mr. Mi. Do you really think I'm a tiger? That's the chaos wasteland. Even if you have the powerful cultivation of the 3rd level of the immortal tribulation realm, I'm afraid you can't guarantee that you can protect me. Besides, even if I dare to go, do you think that spendthrift Master Yi dare to go? Hearing Mi Yuan's words, Zhu Kai also showed a look of "you can rest assured" and said with a smile. Huh. Hearing Zhu Kai's words, Mi Yuan also breathed a sigh of relief, and then said, Young Master, that Master Yi said he is a spendthrift master, do you really believe it? Mi Lao. You are wrong, everyone has a different definition of a spendthrift master. Maybe his family background is nothing in our eyes, but in his level circle, it may be very good, so we don't need to care too much about him claiming to be a spendthrift master. Hearing the question raised by Mi Yuan, Zhu Kai also smiled and expressed his thoughts. Young Master Yi is here. Master, I'm leaving first. At this moment, Mi Yuan discovered through his spiritual sense that Yi Feng had left the guest room and was walking towards this side. After saying something to Zhu Kai, he jumped out of the window. Young Master Yi. I can only get along with you as an ordinary person. Otherwise, if you knew my true identity, you would definitely be scared to death. Zhu Kai smiled as he watched Mi Yuan leave and waited for Yi Feng's arrival. Outside the restaurant. This young Master Yi is really lucky. Although his strength is a little weak, it is a great opportunity for him to be favored by the master. Mi Yuan, who jumped out of the guest room, also smiled and talked to himself. In the guest room of the restaurant. Brother Zhu Kai, when are we going to the Chaos Wasteland? After arriving at Zhu Kai's guest room, Yi Feng asked directly. Go to the Chaos Wasteland? Crazy? After hearing what Yi Feng said, Zhu Kai couldn't believe his ears. You know, even the guardians with the strength of the third level of the immortal tribulation realm around him didn't dare to go to the Chaos Wasteland. Young Master Yi. Are you kidding me? Do you know how terrible the Chaos Wasteland is? If you are not careful, you will die there. Seeing Yi Feng's serious look, Zhu Kai also hurriedly persuaded him. Brother Zhu Kai. If we don't go to the Chaos Wasteland, how can we find the Golden Legend? Seeing that Zhu Kai was not going to the Chaos Wasteland, Yi Feng also asked with a puzzled look. Try your luck. Didn't I say yesterday that my lifelong wish is to become a member of the Golden Legend, so I have tens of thousands of years, maybe one day I can meet this Golden Legend? Hearing Yi Feng's question, Zhu Kai also explained with a smile. Try your luck? It takes tens of thousands of years to try this luck. Hearing this, Yi Feng couldn't help but smile bitterly. After all, he might ascend to the God realm in less than a year, and by then, the other party might not be able to encounter the Golden Legend until he dies. Young Master Yi. You call yourself a spendthrift, can you take me to experience the feeling of a spendthrift? To be honest, although I have met some spendthrifts in the past, I have never been a spendthrift. At this time, Zhu Kai also showed a curious look and suggested to Yi Feng. Yeah. Brother Zhu Kai, do you want to experience the feeling of a spendthrift? Hearing this, Yi Feng was instantly interested. He was not good at other things, but he was good at spending money. A moment later. Brother Zhu Kai, are these the most expensive pills you have? Looking at the more than 20 pills on the table, Yi Feng asked directly. That's right. These 26 pills are the most expensive pills I have. After saying this, Zhu Kai's face also showed a trace of uneasiness, because he didn't know what Yi Feng was going to do. You know, these pills are all 9th grade pills, and each one is priceless. Huh? What is he doing? Seeing Yi Feng suddenly walk to the opposite wall and draw a big circle, and there are 9 small circles of different sizes inside the big circle, Zhu Kai's face also showed a puzzled look. Brother Zhu Kai. Let's all stand behind this line, and then we can start playing. I call this little game the flying pill contest. If you use a pill to hit the small circle in the middle, you will get 10 points, the second smallest circle 9 points, and so on. However, you must use force when hitting it, and the pill must be turned into pill mud when it hits the wall. At this time, Yi Feng, who came back, also introduced the rules of the flying pill game. Huh? Fuck flying pill contest. Do you know what grade these pills are? This is not a loser. Thinking of this, Zhu Kai was completely dumbfounded. Although he wanted to experience the feeling of a spendthrift, he just thought he would go out and spend a high price to buy something or something. Who would have thought that Yi Feng would play so crazy, which was beyond his understanding of a spendthrift? Brother Zhu Kai, what's wrong? Don't you want to experience the feeling of a spendthrift? Are you reluctant to give it up? Seeing Zhu Kai, who hadn't spoken for a long time, Yifeng also asked with a smile. Can't bear to part with it? It's just some broken pills, just for fun. Hearing Yifeng's words, Zhu Kai also suppressed his heartache and directly stuffed 13 pills into Yifeng's hands. Pa! With a beautiful flick of Yifeng's pill, a pill was firmly stuck in the small circle area of 9 points. Fuck. I'm just sick in the head. Why do I have to experience the feeling of being a spendthrift? Looking at the pill stuck on the wall, Zhu Kai felt his heart was broken. Huh. Taking a deep breath, Zhu Kai looked at the pill in his hand, gritted his teeth, and threw the pill out in a handsome posture. Snap. 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 As the sound of pills stuck on the wall continued to ring, Zhu Kai felt that he was going crazy. This poor child. In the past, I used my own things to make others spendthrift, and others were already very collapsed. Now you can still persist with your own things to spendthrift until now. You are worthy of being a man who is determined to become the dream of thousands of girls. Looking at Zhu Kai with a ferocious face and constantly throwing out the pills in his hand, Yifeng also showed a touch of admiration, but he was not going to let Zhu Kai end this spending experience so easily. Chapter 370 Yi Xiao, I really don't have any pills in my hand. A moment later. Brother Zhu Kai, what a pity. I'm only 2 points higher than you. Speaking of this, Yifeng pretended to pause and said again, by the way, you really don't have any expensive pills in your hand, why don't you take out some more and let's compete again? I feel that you have mastered the technique of throwing pills. You can definitely beat me next time. Want to compete again? Want me to take out some more expensive pills? Hearing this, Zhu Kai looked at Yifeng with an extremely shocked expression, and then said directly, Young Master Yi, do you know what grade those pills are? Grade 5 or 6, right? After all, Brother Zhu Kai, you have the strength of the 8th level of the Golden Immortal Realm, and the 5th or 6th grade pills are definitely extremely expensive for you. Hearing Zhu Kai's question, Yifeng also pretended to be thoughtful and expressed his thoughts. At the same time, he secretly thought in his heart, I don't know if I acted like it. I wouldn't have asked the system about the grade of those pills if I had known. What 5th or 6th grade, young Master Yi, those are? When he said this, Zhu Kai seemed to have thought of something and hurriedly he held back the rest of the words, and then persuaded himself in his heart, I am an ordinary person now. I just took out so many expensive pills like a fool, and young Master Yi couldn't recognize them. You can't blame him. Young Master Yi. To be honest, I really don't have expensive pills in my hand, and low-level pills can't make me feel like a spendthrift. I think we should just continue the competition. At this time, Zhu Kai also spoke directly to Yifeng. As for the 10th grade pills in the Immortal Ring, he would never take them out. Not to mention the 10th grade pills at the bottom of the box, even if it was a 6th, 7th, or 8th grade pill, he would never take out another one. What a pity. I just had too much fun, and I was thinking that you would provide the elixir this time, and I would provide the prizes for the competition. Hearing Zhu Kai's words, Yifeng also pretended to regret and said aloud. No. I must hold it back. I am a fairy at the level of the Golden Fairy Realm. No matter how funny it is, I must hold it back. Hearing that Yifeng wanted to provide prizes for the competition, the corners of Zhu Kai's mouth began to twitch slightly, but he still forced himself not to laugh. After all, what kind of prizes can a little cultivator at the peak of the 9th level of the Earth Fairy Realm take out? That is 7-colored ambergris. However, when Zhu Kai saw the 7-colored ambergris that Yifeng took out of the fairy ring, his pupils widened and he exclaimed directly. Young Master Yi. Do you know what kind of fairy grass this is? You want to use it as a prize for the competition? After recovering from his shock, Zhu Kai also looked at Yi Feng and asked hurriedly. Isn't this the 7-colored ambergris? It is considered the top-level fairy grass in the heavenly Dao battlefield. It takes about 80,000 years to grow. The power contained in it has indescribable benefits for dragon-like fairy beasts. Although it is a little precious, I do want to use it as a prize for the competition. After all, I have a lot of this stuff. Looking at Zhu Kai, who was shocked, Yi Feng also explained calmly. Considered the top-level fairy grass? Then it is the top-level fairy grass. Moreover, what is slightly precious? Then it is already so precious that it is beyond precious. Seeing Yi Feng's indifferent look, Zhu Kai was going crazy. 7-colored ambergris can be used as a prize for this kind of game. This guy is really a spendthrift. Moreover, this guy is definitely not an ordinary person to be able to carry this level of fairy grass with him. Thinking of this, Zhu Kai also revealed a bitter smile, thinking in his heart, I wanted to get along with him as an ordinary person, but who would have thought that he would take the lead in showing his cards? This really caught me off guard. Brother Zhu Kai. Since you don't have any expensive pills in your hand, let's end this flying pill game directly. As he said, Yi Feng was about to put the 7-colored ambergris into the fairy ring. Wait. Young Master Yi, I suddenly remembered that there seems to be some expensive pills in my fairy ring. Seeing Yi Feng's actions, Zhu Kai also shouted hurriedly. After all, compared with the 7-colored ambergris, the pills in his hand are nothing. Brother Zhu Kai, it's not fun to play with junk pills. Are you sure you still have expensive pills? In order to prevent Zhu Kai from taking out some 6th, 7th, and 8th grade pills to make up the number, Yi Feng also reminded him at this time. Don't worry, Mr. Yi. We are playing a wasteful game, how could I take out junk pills to make up the number? Hearing Yi Feng's reminder, Zhu Kai also smiled and promised, and then he hardened his heart and took out all 10 10th grade pills. Brother Zhu Kai, today will definitely be your unforgettable first experience of wasteful. Seeing Zhu Kai took out 10 pills, Yi Feng also smiled and walked to the opposite wall, and directly threw the previous 26 pill cakes out of the window. Crash! At this time, Mi Yuan, who was squatting right under the window, looked at the pill cakes that fell on him on the ground. He was stunned at first, and then he exclaimed, Is this a pill cake? Fuck! Aren't these all the pills in the young master's hand? How come they all turned into pill cakes? When Mi Yuan found out that these pill cakes were all the top-grade pills in Zhu Kai's hand, he was stunned. In the guest room. Snap. 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 Because there were only 10 10th grade pills, and each person only had 5, the second round of the flying pill competition ended in no time. 1 point. Brother Zhu Kai, just 1 point away. Without the help of spiritual consciousness and your own strength, you have made great progress in 2 consecutive games. If we play another game, I am afraid I will not be your opponent. Looking at Zhu Kai, who was sitting on the ground with lifeless eyes, Yi Feng patted his shoulder and comforted him directly. No more. All gone. The most expensive elixir in my hand has all turned into elixir cakes. At this time, facing the failure, Zhu Kai felt heartache and regret again. Brother Zhu Kai. You will definitely win the next game, but I don't know if you still have it. Before Yi Feng finished speaking, Zhu Kai showed a look of collapse and shouted, Young Master Yi, it's gone, it's really gone this time, don't provoke me here. Bang! At this moment, Yi Feng directly slapped 10 colorful ambergris on the table, looked at Zhu Kai and bewitched him, Brother Zhu Kai, as long as you can still take out expensive pills and beat me, these 10 colorful ambergris will be yours.